If there's a way I can write a comment. Okay. Okay. We're going to try to do this today. They are not in a good mood, it seems like. At least this hive. Okay. I mainly want to get over a little bit farther to where they were doing brood nesting in this honey super and see how we're doing. There's a drone. Okay. Just keep sliding, that's fine. Yep. I see a queen cut. Which means that the queen of this hive probably either absconded, not absconded, but Renner, can you move so I can hold the frame? Thank you. Okay. Well, it's got a hole in the side, which means that there's a queen that killed that cup. I've got old drones. I might get into the lower area and see what they're doing down there. Yeah, shake your butts. looks like we've got some growing comb on that side. Let's just pop a frame out here and see. Yeah, that's all empty. That's empty. That's empty. Okay. It doesn't look like they're starting to do anything in this lower box yet. Okay. There we go. Alright. I don't have my scrapbook with me, so I'll just set it down in there. We want to get into this hive down here next, because I was unable to get into it last week, because they got real angry with me. Oh, I see we got some ants on the outside. Okay. I still see some drone brood, that's good. Oh yeah, we are doing good. I wonder if they're doing anything in the lower box yet. I might checkerboard this one just so I can get them to expand a lot more. And they've got the bees for it. Beautiful, beautiful brood. Beautiful brood. That is all baby bee eggs. The bigger ones at the bottom, those are the male bees. They'll go out and mate with other queens. Their sole purpose in life is honey nut Cheerio and move on with life. Bring you guys closer now. Hear and see me since I heard my headphone die. Okay. And then tilt you down so you can see what we're working on. Oh. Okay. Random supersede cell there. Hopefully that hive doesn't think it's like an attack. Okay. This one's got some good drone brood on it. Honey. Pardon me. At the top, that almost white wax, that is very fresh honey. Beautiful. I haven't seen the queen yet, but with how calm the bees are being, she's got to be in there somewhere. They are a lot meaner when there's no queen. Okay. So I put this frame in 2 weeks ago, and there's another supersedure cell. And they've already filled most of it with wax on both sides. But then right there is a supersedure cell. So they've created a new queen, which makes me think that they feel that they are overcrowded when they have 2 boxes on. And I know the lower box is basically empty, but it doesn't have any comb or anything. So therefore, they haven't done anything to it yet. It looks like got some queen cups, which is them just practicing. But then on this side, I can't tell if there's a queen in that cup or not. And it looks like there is. I've got larvae at all stages, so I don't know why they are creating all of these queen cups. I wonder if I can break this off. There we go. I got one good queen cup. Set you over there. this is a table. Just set this in. That way I can look in this little box and see what we got going on. Which I don't think is much. They're starting to draw wax, but not fast enough, which is why we're thinking of superseding instead of expanding. Look at the middle here. See what we got going on. Built a lot of excess comb just down on the base of this hive. That hive there. One thing bees hate the absolute most is empty space between their hives. One more in here. So they will build out this wax extremely fast. Checkerboard. This box. Dead center between these two. It doesn't want to slide. No. We're going to put this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. and they will start building out all of that excess frame as I just crush a bee under my thumb because I didn't feel her. There we go. Little cluster of bees. Right here. I know, you've probably never been outside your hive. Go back into your hive. There you go. Alright, the rest of you can get figured out. I'm going to take this +50. There you go. Now, this hive last week was very, very angry. How we're doing this week. I don't really see much flying in and out of the front. This hive was not nice last week. Let's see how we're doing this. We've got ants everywhere. mostly honey. Now this is fall honey. Much darker. Fall honey. And over here. Let's set you right there. And tilt you a little more. Screw that lever. There we go. Now you can see what I'm up to. So that one was fall honey. Oh. You stung my jacket at some point because your butt's ripped out. I'm trying to get her up to where you can see her. If you see, this bee's rear end is all hanging out. She stung me and lost her stinger at some point. She must have stung my jacket though, because I didn't feel it. And so now she's just going to walk around till she dies. Beautiful fresh comb, fresh honey. There's a little bit of pollen on the edge there. So what's wild to me is how angry this hive is, because these two are a split. I literally just took that top box off of this one and put this top box on top of another set of frames. We're starting to build out that. This one's got some pollen there in the middle. Right here, pollen, honey, freshly drawn wax. That's heavy. That's got a lot of honey in it, all honey. Nasty comb. Yeah, we're building some wonky comb at the moment. Okay. Not this one, and I think I'm going to have to do the same thing to this one where I move. Oh, hey, look, there's the queen. Right there. Dead center, middle of the frame. I can hold on to this. There we go. Right there. Queen. Big old booty, and she is fresh. She's got a lighter skin, so we know she's newer. She's not old and decrepit. That might be why they are acting much nicer this time. I'm going to see if I can dig out my queen marking pen. See if we can see her again. There she is. I'm going to have to catch you, aren't I? Come here. There's a drone buzzing and scares me. There she goes. Okay. I'll set that there. Got my marking cup. Okay. So this is a queen marking cup. Basically, I can pin her down at the right moment to where I can get some ink on her back. So she's easier to spot. She is not in the mood to sit still though. She is kind of feisty. There we go. Nope, she moved again. There we go. Let that dry for a second. I don't know what I did there. Hold on. So by marking her, she becomes much easier to see. I mean, yeah, she's humongously much bigger than the rest, but it's easier to see a green dot than it is to see brown amongst brown. Oh, I also caught a drone when I was trying to catch it. Interesting. Okay. I'm just waiting for that marking to dry a little bit. I'm just going to set that right there for a second so I can look at this frame again that we were looking at, where we found her. Which, if you notice, now that she's not on it, they have completely vacated it. So yeah, there's a broken queen cup, which means someone hatched from that or ate through. Then there's two more right there in that corner, so she came from one of those. I'm just going to pop through the rest of this while I'm waiting for the queen's butt to dry. So it doesn't look like she's laying just yet, but they are making space for her to lay. They are much calmer than they were last week. Last week they were very upset and they were constantly just dive bombing me and hitting me. Okay, so they're starting to pheromone that she's over here. And I don't want that. That paint looks somewhat dry. Come on. Hey, other way. There you go. Nope. There we go. And so now the bees will start fanning that she's right in here. I let her go right there so you can see this one's butt is starting to shake, and they will start to put their butts in the air to let everyone know that the queen is here. So these bees that are flying around trying to find her pheromone will know to come back. We'll put that one right in there. It's fresh comb. She will love it. Not even going to go into the bottom side of the box just yet. Next weekend I will come back and probably switch these. lastly, my very first hive. Now, this hive, or the hive we first looked at, the one next door right here, I had these 2 boxes and I left a honey super on top with a queen excluder so they had extra honey throughout the winter. And at some point, not sure how, not sure when, not sure what happened to the lower queen, but something happened and they decided to build a queen, or maybe I didn't realize the queen was up top when I put the queen excluder on. Is probably more of what happened. But the queen started laying in my honey super, and I've just transferred it over here, and I transferred it over there, and started a new colony. This is well stuck in place. Jeez. Coming out easy. We're trying to front corner. We've got space there to wiggle, just not on the side. There we go. Oh, the inner cover's coming too. Okay. There we go. All right, last hive to inspect. Give them a little bit of smoke. This smoke is a lot hotter. I am not a fan of these pellets. Okay. Cap honey, just honey. That is an empty frame there. There's a beautiful brood pattern. A little bit less, so you can see how it's all clustered together really nicely with a few holes, whereas this side used to be clustered together, but then a lot of them were born and they're starting to fill those with honey. Next frame, we're building out comb. See how nice and white this brand new comb is? This is brand new. This is dirtied comb, so the queen has been laying in it, and all sorts of other things other than just fresh honey. Starting to work on that one. And I'm guessing they're not laying or building out comb as much and as fast as last spring because I'm not feeding them this spring. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this box is about to explode with bees when all of these bees hatch. All the drone, check my nose here without getting stung. That is all mostly drone comb. There's a few queen cups where they're practicing here and there, but they won't turn into anything. You've got drone, which is the males, and then you've got a bunch of worker bee cells. Same on this side, exactly the same, drone and worker bee. swarming out and attacking me. I tend to smoke myself more than I smoke the actual bees. Because if I smoke myself, they tend to leave me alone. Sorry, I'm covered in ants. So they're down here. They're working on this now. They're just not doing much with it. They're starting to fill this one with honey and some pollen. I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will come through and I will shake all of the bees down into their lower boxes and put queen excluders on. And this is propolis. It's just bee glue. It's a mixture of honey, tree sap, and something else. And they just use it to glue the hive together, seal anything up, what have you. Those two frames. And set that down in there. Separate these two frames. This checkerboarding-esque gets them to build out the comb more. Just like that. There's a large gathering of bees back here. I'm going to grab all of these and set them down inside. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to pack up. I am going to get everything ready so I can pack up, and then I will check your comments at the end.